Welcome back. There's three things I've got to do to this buttonhole. One of them is I've got to stick this in because this hasn't been done yet. The second of all, I've got to now make a slit down there that will enable my leather strap to go through. And then thirdly, I've got to now bar tack that. So I only do that once this is in, because then it can go through all the fibers, offering more support. And that's what we're going to do now. So in my buttonhole, I'm going to be making a dot, and then another dot, and then I'm going to be cutting that with my scissors. Once I've done that, I'm going to be doing a little V or a Y at the top and a little V and a Y at the bottom. And as I'm doing that, that now opens it up. So that's how big it will be. And that's what I'm going to be doing now. So I'm only doing it this way so I can show you guys how I do it. I'll turn this inside out, and with my unpicker, I find the end of that hole, turn it upside down, and there it is there. With a colored texture, I'm going to be making a dot there. And then I go to the bottom of that, inside that hole, just push it in, turn it around, and make a dot. Take that out. So my line that I'm going to be making is from there to there, there to there. That's my line there. Now there's two ways that you can do this. You can go from the top down, or you can go from there in. Which do you think's the easiest way? Right, with my Ernest Wright scissors, I take my scissors from the bottom and I'll just push it through there, making sure that I don't hurt these sides there. Alright, I'm only pushing it through. Not too wide either. And there we have got my dot. Can you see that? I cut it through. And then at the bottom, push it through. There it is there. And cut it through. So what I've done now is I've already got my cut. There it is there. Now, to clean it up a bit. There we go. Perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do now is make a Y, but be careful, I don't want to be cutting that. I'm only cutting the tartan that's in between there and this. So I push my finger in at the bottom and I hold it there, and over there is the inside of those pleats. So in essence, I'm protecting that little bit there. And all I'm going to be doing is making a small little Y on that side there, and a small little Y on that side there, not too big. And then a Y on this side here, and then a Y on this side there. And all the time, my hand has been in there, making sure that my scissors didn't go through that layer. So I don't want this cut at all, because that will be absolutely catastrophic. This will be harikiri stuff. So there's two ways that you can play this game. You can turn this one inside out. Now I've got the tartan as well as the canvas, and you can turn it inside out with a hole gaping, or you can take outside in, which looks neater. So you've got that Y that now opens up and goes towards the back, and then you are just tucking this in over there. So you've got one there, and then you tuck the side in there as well, like that there. And then that leaves this one nice and open. So you just tuck that in there. And that's it there. So now, hold it down nice and firmly. You will find that there will be a few stragglers, and you just trim that. So with your needle, and again I'm using this nice basting thread, polyester from Buttonhole, and I'm just going to be sewing all the way around. Now I'm going into the first layer of that. If I went into the second layer, I would be going inside out, and I don't want that. So I'm only going into my first layer, and I'm trying to hide these stitches. I just like a nice neat job. See, that went through. I felt it. Now please know that the buttonhole creation of a 4-yard kilt is totally different to the buttonhole creation of the 8-yard kilt. Remember, I'm sewing a 4-yard kilt here, not an 8-yard kilt. Certain factors are relevant to both 4-yard and 8, but this one here is only relevant to the 4-yard kilt. So please don't do this method to your 8 yards. Now these little corners need to be tucked in pretty well. I'm just going to go a little bit wider. Now you might hear some of my furry friends that have come to say good morning. My kids have obviously let the chickens out, and they come and say good day, and then they move on. Right, and the tie off. And cut. Now, you do want to create a little bit of a gap there, purely because you're tucking 2 folds in, and you don't want the previous tartan that you've just cut to now fray. So you want that nicely in. Also, you don't want, if this is turned inside out, you don't want to be seeing that this canvas. Right, so let's see. Does it fit nicely? There we go. Beautiful. And that's what you want. Now, I'm not forcing it. It's just going in. There we go. So I'm very happy with that. Alright, so that's step number 1 that we've done. The next thing we've got to do is we've got to now stick these 2 nice and close together. That's the second thing, and that's what we're going to do now. Alright, so I'm holding it upright so I can feel where my needle is. I don't want it to be piercing through all the from time to time, make sure that it hasn't gone through. Alright, and then that last one goes through all the layers. And another one. And then I tie it off. Right, and that's what it looks like. Beautiful. And that's what it looks like in the inside. Beautiful.